Hello students, welcome to this topic video lecture on case model. This model offers a structured pathway for converting a promising idea, might be an excellent idea, into a socially impactful initiative or a venture. This model is especially relevant for social entrepreneurs. It is applicable for social entrepreneurs, non-profits, and innovation driven organizations that are looking forward to address or solve complex social challenges. So, this model considers not only just what you are going to do, but it also considers why you are doing it, how we are going to do it, and with what resources, and what are the capabilities you have to solve this social challenge, but everything within a social context. So there are so many stages. Okay, so what is the stage one? So stage one, we are going to see how to generate promising ideas. So this is the first stage. In this stage, we are going to find out creative, and this phase can also be called as creative and discovery phase. It's all about deeply understanding the world around us, the situation around us, the environment around us, and we are going to come up with innovative, practical ideas to solve real social challenges. So, this is stage one, that is creative and discovery phase. First thing is we are going to identify a problem or social need. So, how to identify a problem or social need? So, we have to start with a deep understanding of the unmet needs in a target community or system. So, what are the needs that are not addressed? So, that demands immediate attention, that requires solution. So, we have to look into the system to find out the unmet needs, and then the process starts with observing and listening. So how to find out all these unmet needs, how to find out the requirements in the society? So we have to observe the environment. So what are the pain points in a community? Okay, what are the pain points in a system? So what are the difficult situations the people are undergoing, or demographic in that particular area? So this involves research, empathy interviews, and community engagement to understand root causes. So we have to conduct a research, we have to speak with people, we have to empathize with them, and we have to engage the community to understand the root cause, why it is happening, how it is happening. So examples: high unemployment in youth, that is a serious issue; food insecurity in urban slums, and limited access to education in rural areas. So these are some of the problems in the society that need immediate attention. Next phase is also ideation phase, where creative thinking and problem solving begin. So what are the key components? So identifying problems or needs. So we have to recognize a real, often unmet social or environmental issue. So that problem needs immediate attention. That problem is a problem to everybody. It is a serious issue. That is not a problem only to you or one or two people. Everybody thinks it is a serious problem that affects the society. So we need to generate promising ideas. So how to generate promising ideas? We have to discuss, we have to brainstorm to arrive at a potential solution. These ideas should be grounded in real world needs. So that is really needed, that is really an urgent one. Novel or new application or existing solution. So already some solution might be there, so you can redefine it or refine it. The solution should be feasible and also should be scalable. So next one is using creative thinking and also design thinking and systems thinking to propose potential solutions. So we have realized, or we have identified a problem, generating ideas. We need to offer solution to that. So these ideas can be entirely new innovations. It might be new or it might be an adaptations of existing solution, just refining it, or technology enabled approaches. Solutions might be in three levels or three types. So the focus is on ideas that are desirable. People should really want it, right? Feasible. It should also be feasible, possible, and it also should be viable, first financially sustainable. It should not be too expensive. So it has to satisfy all these conditions. The idea, it should be desirable, people should like it, people should want that, and also at the same time it should be we should be able to implement that, feasible, and it is also financially sustainable, viable. Okay, next one is the needs. Okay, there are so many types of needs that can be economic, that is unemployment, social needs, that is religious discrimination, caste discrimination, and health related needs, that is malnutrition, not having enough hospitals, or environmental problems related to pollution. So there are so many needs. So we can use tools like needs assessments. We need to assess the needs using various tools, and we can use or conduct research from the affected community and nearby locality to find out how serious the issue is, how serious the problem is, and then design thinking, how we are going to map all these things, right? So for example, youth in urban slums lack is access to skill based education and jobs. They don't have access, so that is one of the problem in urban slums. So mapping social assets, society has got some assets, we have to link with those things, identify existing strengths, resources, and capacities in the community or ecosystem. So what is the strength of that particular society, what are the resources they have, and what is the capacity in the community or in the ecosystem? We need to map. That is called social assets. Social assets can be community leaders and networks, so they can guide us. Local institutions, there will be schools and NGOs and organizations, and cultural capital, so values and traditions, existing infrastructure, these are all assets. So we have to identify the strength of the assets, their capacity in the community, how far the community leaders can influence the people, and schools can implement the scheme, NGOs can spread awareness about the scheme. So we have to assess the strength, and we need to map all these social assets. This helps design solutions that build on what's already working rather than starting from the scratch. Okay, so mapping the social assets help us to design solutions. So we can find out easily what is working, what is not working, why it was a failure, and how we can make it a successful one rather than starting from the scratch. So finding out the environment, assessing the environment and mapping it. Next one is contextual awareness. In which situation, which environment we are going to operate. So we need to understand the political structure of that particular locality, whether it is governed by the ruling party or the opponent party, cultural values, economic and institutional environment in which the idea will operate. Okay, whether this particular area is dominated by one particular sect of people, or people from various different sects are living there, and their economic condition, whether they are agrarians or industry people, everything we need to assess and understand. And how to understand, are there supportive policies, or the so whether the particular area comes under any scheme, what are the power dynamics, whether it is the ruling party or opponent party, who is strong there, what cultural factors affect adoption. So one sect might oppose this, one sect might want that. So we need to understand all these things. For example, in conservative areas, involving community elders may be key to program success, because the elders can influence the other people. Next one is generating the idea. So the entrepreneur is now informed by social needs. He knows the social needs, their assets, and the context. After that, he or she needs to generate an idea. So this idea can be or should be innovative, culturally appropriate, context sensitive, scalable, and adaptable. So it has to go well with the local needs of the people. Okay, it should not affect their culture. It should not be sensitive. So it should be scalable and it should be acceptable by the local people. So for example, a mobile based platform offering job matching and micro learning for urban youth. Yes, then what is the outcome of stage one? Now we discuss stage one. So, what is the outcome? So, we are going to generate a promising idea, but that idea should align with the local needs. It should know or it should understand the needs of the local people. And they should assess or know the strengths and weakness of the available assets, and they should also have awareness about the culture, the environment in which they are going to operate, and what are the opportunities available, and the vision and capability of the entrepreneur. So, entrepreneur's vision, what really he wants to achieve, and what is his capability. So, this is the outcome of stage 1. Next one is stage 2, developing opportunities. So first one is idea generating phase. Next one is action and refinement phase. Okay, we have generated idea, right? We have to put that into action and refinement. So the focus shifts from what could work to what will work and how it's going to work. So this is the action and refinement phase, as I told you already. So the now focus shifts from what could work to what will work and how. So we are going to apply theory of change, impact. How does it impact? We need to develop a clear impact logic, a framework explaining how your idea will lead to social change. So, how our idea will impact the society, how it's going to make changes in the society. So, our framework should explain that. So, this includes inputs, that is resources, activities, what you do, outputs, direct results, outcomes, short and medium and long term changes. Impact should be long term, outcome might be short and medium term changes. Example, if youth access training and job matching services, what are the skills they are going to gain and how they are going to get employed? Thus, by getting employment, how they are going to break the poverty cycle. So this is stage number 2. And next thing is we need to formulate a working hypothesis. So how our idea will work. So this is a clear testable statement, so which connects our idea to the intended social change. So it reflects theory of change, how our idea is going to change the society, impact the society. Our activities will lead to specific result. For example, if we provide mobile healthcare clinics to remote villages, then maternal health outcomes will improve due to better access to prenatal care. So this is one statement. Okay, so this is a testable assumption about how our activities lead to outcomes. So it is used for piloting and validating your model. It should be measurable and it should be revisable. Yes, so after getting a feedback, we should be able to iterate, we should be able to revise. So the impact should be measurable also. For example, if youth complete at least 3 skill modules, their employability increases by 40%. So we are quantifying this. Okay, 3 skills, we are going to improve the employability by 40%. So that is measurable. If it is not able to meet the desired outcome, we can revise. It should also be revisable. So we need to design the operations, how we are going to implement the operations, define how the idea will be implemented. So what is the delivery model, whether it is offline, online, or it is centralized or distributed, and team structure, how many people will be there, and partnerships, whether we are going for partnerships or franchise or solo. And then we have to implement it and we need to get the feedback, and from the feedback we have to learn what is working well and what is not working well. So we need to connect all these dots. So the operations must reflect cultural realities, user behavior, and technological accessibility. So this should be reflected in our activities. And next one is we need to mobilize the resource. So resources are financial resources, human resource, physical and technological resources. So we need to identify all these resources and we have to mobilize them. So resources can be financial resources, can be from grants, investors or earned revenue, and human resources might be skilled staff or volunteers, and technology platforms and physical infrastructure. So we also need local champions, the local people or policy allies to implement the idea. Next one is entrepreneurial capabilities. How far the person who is going to execute all these things is capable. The individual or team must possess vision and passion. They should know what their vision is, what they want to achieve, and they should really have the passion to achieve that. So, leadership and mobilization skills, the leader should be strong and visionary. Problem solving and adaptive thinking, they should be able to solve problems, and strategic and financial acumen, cultural empathy and community rapport. They should empathize with the local people and they should establish rapport with the local people. So here, the entrepreneur is the driving force. He is the leader who navigates uncertainty, mobilizes support, and adjusts strategy as needed. So, developing the opportunity, start piloting or prototyping the idea in real world settings, right? So, now we have an idea, we have the solution. So, now we need to test that. So, we need to prototype the idea in real world settings, how it's going to work in the real world. So, we need to engage stakeholders, the people, those who are going to get impact by the idea. So we need to build partnerships, we need to mobilize resources, and we need to adjust our idea and our solution based on feedback and data. So iteration is the key. So understanding and measuring social impact. We need to understand that, and also we need to measure the social impact. So social impact is the positive change your project or your innovation creates in a society. So it might have an effective impact also, right? But uh, that is not wanted, right? So people don't like it. Okay, so the social impact here means positive impact. So it is broken down into two essential components, so social outputs and social outcomes. So these are immediate tangible results of your intervention. So after intervention, how much the society has undergone some change. So they should be usually quantitative. For examples, number of children enrolled in school. Okay, we would have done a campaign for education for all. So after that campaign, this number of children enrolled in school should go up, and tons of waste recycled. Number of job training workshops delivered. So it should be quantitative. Next one is social outcomes. So, what is social outcome? So, these are the long term changes that result from the outputs. So, they are more often qualitative or require longitudinal data. Examples: increase in graduation rates, higher employment levels among trained individuals, reduction in waterborne diseases. Social, then next one is evaluating and scaling. After testing and refining your idea, you assess what is working, how it is working, what are the adjustments we have to make, so what needs to change. So whether this idea can be scaled or replicated in other communities. If it is working, we can replicate that in other communities. So we begin to think about long-term sustainability, policy integration, and systemic change. So measurement, that is output, outcomes, and impact. Level output. So what is the definition? Direct results of your activities. That is the output. Example: 500 youth trained, 20 workshops delivered. So what is the outcome? Medium term changes in behavior status. So 60% found jobs within 6 months. Impact: long term systemic change. Reduction in urban youth unemployment by 30%. So this is how we need to develop this. Yes. So measurement is outputs, outcomes, impact. So measurement requires data collection tools, KPIs, and learning culture to refine strategies. So final result, a viable social innovation. So our idea is now tested in the society, the environment it is going to work, and also based on the test and feedback we have improved, we have made some changes, and it is also backed by evidence to show it will create a social impact. It is aligned with social context, it is sustained by operations and resources, and it is capable of delivering measurable social impact. So final output of the two-stage model. First stage is ideation, next stage is developing an opportunity. So promising idea. So description, it is an innovative grounded solution to a real problem. Next one is working hypothesis, that is opportunity, a logical statement linking action to change. Then what is the output? Immediate measurable results of your intervention. What is the outcome? Long term systemic benefits or transformations. What is the impact? The overall positive change you contribute to society. So, this is the summary of the case model, two stage model. Stage one is idea generation. So, we need to identify the social needs, we need to assess the social assets, we need to understand the context, we should understand the capabilities of entrepreneurs, and it should be a promising idea. So, next one is opportunity development. So, we need to have a clear hypothesis, the testament statement, impact logic, how it is going to affect, create an impact that should be a positive impact, and operations. We need to plan the resources, and we need to understand the capability of the entrepreneur and the social outcomes, outputs, and impact. So, this is the closing thought. This two-stage model is not linear, it's iterative. Okay, based on the feedback, we can adjust, and ideas evolve as you interact with communities, test assumptions, and respond to real world feedback. So, a successful entrepreneur continuously cycles through learning, adapting, and scaling. So, this is or can I say a case model, that is two-stage model. Idea first stage idea generation, second stage is developing an opportunity, and of course third one is creating a long-term positive social impact. So thank you.